between hard.
That what would happen to Taiwan would be the same as in Hong Kong.
Do you want to study in China?
Yeah, it's a good question. I believe that they are really strong in AI.
So much. And are you familiar with the Taiwan?
Actually, I think that's a good question because I was for my exchange semester at Peking University.
大家好，所以今天我在巴黎理工学院开箱啊，因为之前做了维也纳大学的开箱嘛，所以我们这是在法国，我们来到这个世界上排名第38名啊。非常好的大学啊，在全球排名第10位，法国排名第1位的大学，巴黎理工啊，巴黎理工开箱。今天呢，我们会在这边问几个问题，比较政治的问题。说呢，巴黎理工的学生呢，对于中国的大学怎么想？他们会不会想要去中国留学？然后我们还会问说，他们在巴黎理工求学的想法跟看法。还有顺便带大家看一下这个巴黎理工到底长怎样啊？其实我后面呢就有一句他们的校训啊，就是在 X 旁边呢，它这个叫做呢 "You have the gift to change the world"， 它这个是一个法文啊，不过英文就是这样子。那我也会问一下 Renata 的感想。So Renata, what do you think about this university?
Well, it's bigger than any other university in Vienna, and as it's technical university, it also has the same style, and it's like combination of technical style and also there is like places, green places where you can enjoy nature. Yes, so it's look nice.
Yes, and the campus is very big. So 基本上从巴黎市区过来要搭车1个小时啊，因为这个campus 真的超级大的，这应该是维也纳大学的3倍到5倍大。那我们就看看我们能不能抓到几个同学啦，我们来访问，去骚扰他们。
Hi, can you please tell us what is your name and what you're studying?
Hello everyone, so my name is Jasmine Samson. I'm a student at École Polytechnique in Paris, majoring in mathematics and physics. Yeah, I'm a final year undergraduate student and next year I'm going to major in finance.
Okay, thank you. And the first question, could you share your experience studying at the Polytechnique and describe the study culture in French?
Yeah, sure. I think the study culture in France is excellent, and especially at École Polytechnique. I mean, it's a well-known university around the world, and I think it's known that it's very famous for the quality of education, the support that professors give to their students as well. And I think we have this support from administration, from professors as well. So it enables us to really focus on what we're studying. And yeah.
Yes, thank you. And the second question, consider the QS World University ranking. Peking University is ranked 12, and I can't pronounce this. Tsinghua University, 5th global in 2023. Would you be interested in studying at either of these universities? Why or why not?
Actually, I think that's a good question because I was for my exchange semester at Peking University, so I kind of know how it works. To be fair, I think it was a great experience, but if I had to compare the quality of education and the quality of support given to students, since Peking University is much bigger than École Polytechnique, I think it's less individual to every student. So we are kind of left on our own. While here we have the support, we are guided all throughout our education, and I think this is a great advantage of our university here.
And how do you think about the Chinese university culture?
I think it's very international as well. With COVID, it was kind of different, but yeah, it's very international as well. About the culture, I think it's very open to the world and trying to convey a message in the sense of more inclusion and trying to broaden the vision that we have of China to international students, which is great, and it was definitely a great experience for me.
Okay, thank you so much. And are you familiar with Taiwan? In your opinion, is it a part of China?
I'm not very familiar with this, but I know there's a big controversy around it. I would say that it's not part of China, but I mean, honestly, I have very few arguments and it would be hard for me to give a reason why, but yeah, it's more of the influence of people around me that I would say that. But yeah.
Okay, thank you. And how has IE, particular technology of ChatGPT, influenced your studies or academic pursuits? And in your opinion, does France have the potential to outpace China in the field of artificial intelligence?
I think so. To answer the first question, I think it did not impact that much my studies because in mathematics and physics we don't use it as much. But probably maybe for like, I don't know, could be more social aspects of like writing letters, how to formulate something, then maybe it can be useful and it can help us save time. And the second question was, I'm sorry. About AI and
yes, French.
Yeah, I think École Polytechnique has a very big emphasis on AI and like all new technologies around it. So I think in France we have an advantage, more theoretically, but also I don't know if we could potentially outrange what China has done so far in the field. Maybe in the future. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
That was all. Yes. And can I ask you maybe donate to our channel, like €2, or subscribe to our channel, just to support?
Yeah. So I mean, you want me to? Yeah. I mean, you seem very nice, and I would advise everyone to subscribe to the channel. And it gives you insights on different universities via students there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's just talk. Yes. Okay, hello.
Hello.
I would like to know your name, your age, and what you're studying here.
My name is Daniel. I'm 23. I study energy here.
Energy. Thank you so much. The first question, could you share your experience studying at Polytechnique Paris and describe the studying culture in France?
I moved here to do my master's last September, so September 2022. And since I've been here, I think this is a great school to attend. It has a lot of very good professors, and the classes here are done incredibly well. For me, a big shock was 4-hour long classes as opposed to 1 or 2 hours anywhere else I've studied. So the study culture here is a lot more intense than what I've seen back home where I'm from or in other places I've been. But it also seems like they have really good knowledge of everything they talk about and that they also know how to enjoy themselves as well. So I think it's a good place to be.
Nice. And where are you from?
I'm Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, so I'm from Dublin.
Okay, thank you. And the second question. Okay, consider the QS World University ranking. Peking University is ranked 12, and Tsinghua University third globally in 2023. Would you be interested in studying at either of them? Why yes or why not?
In theory, yes, they both, from what I've seen, are very good schools. But personally, probably not, simply because, China is very far away from me. I'd be very far from my friends, very far from my family. And as speaking as someone who's coming to the end of his master's, I don't really intend to do much more studying anyway. So maybe in another life, but now the time has passed.
But do French students want to go there to study, like in general?
I have absolutely no idea. It has never come up in conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second question, are you familiar with Taiwan? In your opinion, is it part of China?
I am not super familiar with Taiwan. I have known Taiwanese people. That is probably my extent of what I have known. I guess I would be of the opinion that any country or not country, depending on what you want to call it, should be able to declare its independence. I mean, if it doesn't want to be part of an overarching global power, it shouldn't have to be. And if that needs to be achieved by military occupation, it's probably not the best thing to be doing. So, yeah, I guess.
Okay, thank you. And how has IE, particular technology like ChatGPT, influenced your study? And in your opinion, does France have the potential to outspace China in the field of artificial intelligence?
In terms of it affecting studies, I think it does quite a bit. I think it's a very useful tool for a lot of academic interests. I think it helps in terms of writing. For French studies, I think it does help a lot in terms of language. It helps, I think, the French students sound more, legible in English, and it helps me sound better when I have to write things in French. And I think as it continues to grow, it will just get more and more useful as a tool in academics. I think the work that's being done here and in other French institutions on AI is really good work. So I think it could potentially start to rival kind of other major global powerhouses in this industry in the near future.
Okay, nice. Thank you so much. And last question, would you be interested in subscribing in our channel or donate to our channel to support?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
找到了一个念数学系的学生，然后我现在请教一下他，就是在巴黎理工学习的想法。我们现在在原教室里面。So, can you tell the audience your name, age, and what you do?
Yeah. So my name is Max. I'm 24 years old, and I'm from Sweden. And I'm currently doing the first year of a master's program here at the Polytechnic in applied mathematics and computer science. And in Sweden, I did some physics before. So I came here in September, and I'll be staying here until August this year.
And why?
Yeah, so it's kind of an exchange with my school. So I decided to come here because it's, well, in my opinion, maybe the best school in France. So it was really a big opportunity for me to go somewhere else because I've only been in Sweden before. So this was kind of something new for me, discovering a new culture, learning a new language, and yeah, see what other parts of Europe had to offer.
And the first question will be, could you share your experiences studying at Polytech, Uni, and describe the studying culture in France?
Yeah. So this is a very special university because you have the international section with the master's and bachelor, which is kind of the normal system of the schools, but you also have the cycle ingénieur, which is like the French part of the school. So it's kind of partly separated into two schools in one. So there's a lot of heritage, and there's also a military school where all the French students who come here do military service and are officers during their time here. And then you have the international students coming in, like kind of taking the same courses, having the same professors and everything, but they're not like part of that same like system of the school. So I think it's been really fun for me to be in the system where you kind of get a glimpse of the French school systems where they don't have the normal bachelor and masters, but they instead have the cycle ingénieur like kind of system. And the thing I like a lot about being here is that you live on campus, you do a lot of things with the people on campus, and you also do sports.
Yes.
A lot of sports here. So usually all the students are obliged to do some sort of sports. I myself do rowing. So there's a lake out here just outside where I every week go and do some rowing with a bunch of other like French students.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's also the education is also focused a lot on being multidisciplinary. So I do mathematics and computer science and stuff like that, but you also learn languages. You need to take some business class. You need to do sports and some other, like I took some course in strategy and geopolitics. So it's kind of focused on a person learning a lot of different stuff, not only.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's multidimensional.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. And the second question is like the opinions on Chinese universities, considering because you say you study geopolitics, and like considering the QS World Uni rankings, Peking Uni is ranked like the 12th, and Tsinghua is 14th.
Yeah.
In 2023. Would you like yourself be interested in studying like there in China? Do you want to study in China?
Yeah, it's a good question. I personally, I'm already like abroad in a sense.
Yeah.
So I could maybe go to China when I chose, but I chose to come here instead. For me, my personal like opinion, like previously when I applied for things in China, that was still during COVID. So it was at that point it was kind of not feasible for me to like consider China because it was like very closed off, and it didn't like wasn't very appealing right at that point. So for me, I really believe that there are many great universities and there are a lot of really good Chinese students here, like who apply and come here. But for me, it didn't feel like very attractive, not because they're not good universities, but just because like the country was a bit closed off. The China as a country was closed off.
As because the rankings are higher than Polytech.
Oh yeah. No, so but I also I didn't take ranking a lot into consideration. And what one will find is that like corporate technique, while being very high regarded in France and in many places, it's not like super highly ranked. And I believe that it's because the corporate technique is a very small school, only accepting for the cycle ingenieur only like 400 people per year traditionally. So it's a very small school, and therefore they don't publish very much because they're very small.
Publishing matters.
So publishing matters a lot for these things. So I have like grown up with people in France, so I kind of didn't choose for ranking sake, but more